Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Her Story TV and the Her Story podcast. This is Getrude Matshe here in beautiful Melbourne, Australia. And today I am graced with the presence of yet another fascinating young woman. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our tribe. As you know, the Her Story movement is all about the sharing of our stories. We share the stories to uplift, inspire, energize, motivate another woman who might be going through a struggle, a woman who might be trying to start a business, and you show her the way. Well, my guest today is one of those women. So please tell everybody your full name, where you're based, how old you are, and share your story with us today.
Hi everyone, really excited to be here today. My name is Vanessa Karel. I am the founder of Greether. I am based in San Francisco, California. I'm 31 years old and I am here to share my story. I founded Greether, which is a travel platform that helps women travel around the world in a safer way. You guys remember 2020 probably very well, right? And if you think about traveling during 2020, you're probably thinking about canceled flights, closed borders, and a huge mess. Well, during 2020, I got stranded in Morocco. And even though I'm an experienced solo traveler and I've been traveling a lot by myself, this was one of the very first times where I was really worried about how I was going to navigate this place. Really didn't know anybody where I was. It turned out that after a canceled flight, I ended up having to go to an airport that I wasn't supposed to be. And I didn't know anybody that could pick me up from the airport. I didn't have a hotel ready. I didn't speak the language, obviously, and it was midnight. To be honest, I was just crying in the airport, not knowing what to do. The only thing that I could think about was scroll through my phone, look for contacts, look for someone that I knew there. And I didn't know anybody. So I started thinking of ways to connect with someone local that was trustworthy. Because I really wanted someone to pick me up and take me to a hotel, show me the way, navigate me. And I started doing a Google search. And I kept looking for a service that did that. Kept looking for something like how to contact a local person here, or how to book a guide if you are a woman at an airport in a country where you've never been to, and nothing was showing up. The only thing I could find were Facebook groups and travel forums. But the reality is that if you're meeting with someone that you met on a Facebook group, it's really hard to know what their intentions are. And there isn't really a simple or easy way to verify who they are and if they really are who they're pretending to be. So long story short, I ended up having to navigate and trust that the taxi driver was going to take me to where I needed to go. I spent about a month in Morocco, and I kept running into situations where I really didn't feel confident to be by myself. Even though I had a good time in Morocco, I realized that a lot of reputation that has built in countries like that is due to not being able to connect with women that could maybe be a resource to you when you're navigating a place. So throughout a month that I had to spend in Morocco, I kept looking for women, local women that I could create a bond with, befriend, and just really like have someone that could show me their local towns, tell me about their culture, and share with me all of those things that are going on in their towns, and for me to like really dive in deeper into the culture. It turns out that I only found one woman. And I was like, how is this even possible? There is a lot of brilliant women in Morocco and in all parts of the world. And if I started looking back at my previous travel journeys, I realized that I kept going to places where in my mind I would feel safer to go on my own. And then I started thinking more, and I realized that every travel or tourism experience I had ever booked, it was with a man and not with a woman. So I started digging deeper, and when I came back home to San Francisco, um, I had a book draft of all my adventures that happened throughout those months away during the pandemic traveling I was doing. And I started thinking about the global impact that women could have in society and social economical movements, especially through sustainable tourism, if more women were traveling and supporting women as they did it. So I did a research where I interviewed over 500 female travelers, and I asked them one question. Well, I asked them many, but one of the biggest questions I asked them was, what is the hardest part about traveling for you when you're going to a new place? 90% of them responded the same, which could be surprising and not, because I already knew that safety is one of our biggest concerns. But women kept saying, I'm worried about how am I going to navigate the destination, about my safety, gender based violence, how am I going to transport, how am I going to communicate. And this was kind of the eureka moment in my mind where I was like, I'm not alone in this problem. There must be an easier way that enables women to navigate places in a safer way. So I created Greether out of that story that resonated with not just me, but with many, many other women who are worried about traveling or who want to travel, but they don't feel like they can do it safely. So Greether connects female travelers to verify local greeters around the world. We call them greeters because there isn't a lot of registered female licensed tour guides around the world because there's a big wealth gap and there's a huge gap in the tourism sector where in some countries it's really hard for women to obtain this licensing. So right now we have created a network of trusted greeters around the world in which women can book them wherever they're going. Just today, we have greeters available for women in over 89 countries and 400 plus cities. This just means that we are opening the doors for all of us to explore all these little corners of the world. The most exciting part about Greether, about building Greether, is that through our services, women aren't only reducing their safety risks, but they're also supporting a woman's economy as they're doing it. Additionally, you do have a bestie wherever you go. Our greeters are women who are really excited to meet travelers, excited to meet women from other parts of the world. We have noticed that a lot of our travelers end up being friends with our greeters, end up having the most amazing time with them. And it's just really like a great social impact that we can change the world through navigating and supporting women with other women. Really excited to share more about my story. And I think ideally the goal is that women feel more empowered and they feel like they have a tool and a resource. And then never again they feel that they cannot go to a place because they don't know someone there. Because now, through Greether, women have the possibility of contacting someone anywhere they want. Even if we don't have someone in that place, we do whatever it takes to find them and verify them for you.
Oh my gosh. Vanessa, this is an amazing, amazing project. You know, a lot of women don't travel because they are fearful of traveling alone. This is
Correct.
an incredible idea, just to know that you're flying to a place and there'll be somebody who is familiar that you've met online before you leave home. And I know, especially for women who are older, who are not quite as adventurous, and now because of COVID, again, there's that bit of anxiety that comes with traveling.
Correct.
So, what have you found? When did you launch? How is the project going so far?
Yeah, so we're still really early. I actually didn't expect it to grow so quickly. I'm originally from Mexico, and I my ideal plan was, let's begin in Mexico and North America. But quickly, within a few months, I had users sign up in 35 countries, and then it kept growing and growing and growing. And I was like, okay, women do really want this. I wasn't really prepared for gaining so much traction and so much engagement, right? So quickly. And so I started working on these, in early 2021. But obviously, this kind of like idea and momentum happened during the pandemic, like late fall in 2020. But Greether launched its platform less than a year ago. And so in October, November, we're gonna be 1 year all together. And yeah, we have learned that there is so many other ways that our services are useful for women.
Fantastic. Now, I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and each time I ask the question, I'll go off screen because I
Okay.
would like to repurpose your content for our TikTok account.
Ooh, fun.
Now,
Okay.
if there was another entrepreneur online listening to this interview, scared, unsure about going into business, they just have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
If you could go back to the younger you when you were starting this project and give yourself three pieces of advice, what would that advice be?
Stay true to the mission and the why. Be really passionate about what you're trying to solve and ask for help.
Fantastic. And if I can take you now into the future, the vision that you have for this platform, for this project, if time was an illusion and I can teleport you into the future, you're 100 years old, you're sitting in your rocking chair surrounded by your children, your great grandchildren, your dogs, your cats, and you could ask a question or say something to this wise woman who's led you to that point, what would you say to her based on how you're living your life right now?
I would say I'm really proud that you created a platform that helped women navigate with less risk around the world while creating job opportunities for them.
Awesome. Now, in terms of social impact, what social impact projects have you been involved in? What inspired you to get involved and give?
Well, Greether is a for progress company in which we are aligned with some of the most impactful global SDGs, which are increasing job opportunities for women through sustainable tourism and reducing safety risk for them and gender violence. Um, that's definitely one of my biggest passions in my life. And I also am a volunteer manager director of Girls in Tech San Francisco, which is a nonprofit that helps bring more women into tech roles. I'm really passionate about that because being a woman in Silicon Valley, tech startup founder, I realized what a big gap there is with women being in this industry. I really need more women in leadership roles.
Fantastic. Now, why is giving such an important thing? Tell me one little story of what changed your life when someone gave to you.
Hmm. I think, for example, while I've been building Greek Her, a lot of people have just gifted me their time, which is the most valuable thing that anybody can give you. And every day I learn from the people who have been giving me some of their free time to to help with our mission. And I think it has really humbled me whenever I've reached out to someone about a topic that I don't know about. Being an entrepreneur really humbles you in ways that surprise you, because there's a lot of things that you have to learn on the go, and having to ask for help, it's not easy. But been surprised about how people are really willing to give their knowledge and their skills to see other people succeed.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times people think that giving is all about giving material things like money, or but sometimes it's just your knowledge, your time, your expertise. Absolutely love that. Now, tell me another little story of what changed your life when you gave to someone else.
Hmm. I I would like to think that me sharing my story and sharing how important it is that more women begin businesses um, has been inspiring to others. I receive a lot of messages of women reaching out and men reaching out to thank me that I've been working on this mission, and to thank me that I'm trying to come up with a solution for this huge problem. And I think that really helps me keep going. And I have a carpet on my desktop that I keep all the affirmations from people, for the hard days. And I think that really impacts my life and has changed me, as a person, and keeps pushing my boundaries forward, so I can become a better version of myself.
Fantastic. One of the things that I have done in terms of the tourism world and creating what I call it symbiotic tourism. You know, a lot of people come to Africa to see the sights, and they actually don't get to engage with the local community. They don't get to give back to the local community. So my company is called Walk on the Wild Side Tours. I take people on a trip where they spend 15 days, the first 10 days in a community with no electricity, no running water. It comes with a fear factor disclaimer. It is life changing. And then the last 5 days is 5 star. We do all the touristy stuff. Now, with the work you're doing, does the person who's doing the greeting get compensated for doing that?
Yes, absolutely. It's a business, so women book and hire our greeters. Pricing varies according to country, cities, and how much time travelers want them to tour them. So it really is exciting, because by using our services, you are putting money into women's hands, and you're doing it in an ethical and sustainable way. At the same time, you're getting a really crafted and personalized experience that is unique. And as you just mentioned, it's getting you deeper into the local culture and the local community. We're breaking stereotypes in every journey that we're having and bringing us closer together.
Fantastic. So, why is giving so important for the future of humanity, do you think?
I think because we need to connect, especially through the pandemic. We all thought that it was going to be one of the things that united us, and now more than ever with technology, we're still lacking that bonding, one to one, still having these personal relations, that are very in touch, are so important to humanity, and to sustain peace, and to just be like forgiving of how everybody's perspectives are different based on where they're from, how they were raised. And traveling does that to you. Traveling makes you realize how wrong other people are about those places, and giving back in such a way that's ethical, so important to sustain our peace and move forward, to a better world.
Oh, man. You are singing my song. You are singing my song. These are the things that really inspire me. Thank you so much for coming online and sharing your amazing story with us today.
Thank
Is
you.
there anything I should have asked you and I didn't? I've got your website scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If anybody wants to come onto your platform and travel and get someone to meet you on the other side, there's the option. But is there anything else you would like to share? Some parting thoughts before you go?
Yeah, no, I would like to say that if anybody's watching this and they feel that they want to use Greet Her or they want to be part of our community, please reach out. You can see right here. Greet Her is our Instagram handle, and greether.com is our website. Reach out to us. If you're traveling somewhere where we don't have a greeter, as I mentioned before, we do whatever we can to find someone local, verify them for you. All of our verifications are free as of now. That will soon change. So if you're watching this soon, please go hop on our website, register as soon as you can. We are expecting to release our mobile app version soon, so stay tuned. And I really appreciate you supporting women business and helping women in the economy as you navigate the world through us.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to everybody who tuned in today. The Her Story Circle is meeting some phenomenal women who are changing the world in such unique ways. So tune in again tomorrow when I interview yet another amazing guest. Thank you so much, Vanessa, for this interview.
Thank you
Have a,
so much.
have a fantastic day, everybody. I'll be back again tomorrow. And bye for now.